for starting over when you've hit rock bottom. There are many factors that can hinder us every day. But what keeps us going? What gives us courage? The presence of our friends and loved ones? Doing good work reminds us of the vitality of life. Living our purpose and fulfilling our duties inside the Church of Christ.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to INCRadio Micronesia. We are live streaming in the district of Micronesia, and I would like to greet all those who are watching us live on our YouTube channel. And I want to mention good evening, good morning, and good afternoon here from the district of Micronesia. We would like to say half a day from the island of Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas, Ali from the country of Palau, Kalangan from the country of Pohnpei, and Lokwi from the country of Marshall Islands. I am your host and producer here in the satellite studio, Sister Arlene Malikdem from the local congregation of Guam. We'd like to thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream broadcast. And our topic this evening is all about our first day on the job. So please continue to listen in. We would like to hear from all of you with our discussion with our guests and also my crew members this evening. So once again, my name is Sister Arlene Malikdem from the local congregation of Guam. Looking forward to our YouTube chatters right there below. And with that, we have our sister Avi to mention the next segment of our show.
Hello, brethren, tuning in to INC Radio Micronesia. I am Sister Avi Augustine, or Sister Avi for short, from the local congregation of Guam. I will be one of your YouTube engagers for tonight alongside Sister Jillian, and we will be there in the YouTube live chat comments down below. So say hello to us and we will say hi back. We would love to have a conversation with you tonight. And if you are new to our broadcast or to INC Radio in general, here is a short clip that our queer text will play for you. It looks like we're having a bit of technical difficulties, but that's okay. So if you are new to INC Radio or INC Radio Micronesia, we would like for you to hashtag your local congregation or your organization, and you could be either our very supportive YouTube chatter or supportive local congregation. So please invite and share this link to all the brethren or everyone that you know, and you can win the most supportive local congregation or the most supportive YouTube chatter. We would love to see you down in the live comments. Now on to Sister Jillian for our first YouTube engagement question for tonight.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
And there it is. That is our hashtag challenge. So, once again, brethren, please be sure to hashtag your local congregation as well as your organization. And so, we will have our YouTube engagement question. And for tonight, it is, what is the first thing you look for when you enter a new workplace? I will post that question down in the YouTube comment section below. So, please be sure to answer it, and we will be able to read your comments here later on in the broadcast.
Thank you, Sister Avi, for that. Yes, that engagement question will go ahead and introduce our topic this evening. Again, we are going to talk about our first day on the job, particularly with my crew members here on INC Radio Micronesia. And with that, I want to go ahead and have them introduce themselves. Let's go ahead and start with Brother Michael.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Alpha Day to all our viewers. My name is Brother Michael. I'm from the locale of Guam, District of Micronesia, and excited again for our topic in our broadcast tonight.
Thank you, Brother Michael. Let's go ahead and uh, introduce yourself a little bit more further. So, with our topic this evening about first day on the job, what do you do as a person who works here in the island of Guam?
Right, sorry, I forgot to mention that. I am in the Human Resources Department, working in the hotel industry and in the hospitality industry. This is what do you call it? I am kind of new to this. I think it's only been, or my 2 years is upcoming this month. So, and there's a lot more to learn from this job that I have and blessed with. So, and that's that.
Thank you, Brother Michael. Okay, so in the hospitality business, which is also on the island of Guam, it's all about tourism. One of our main um, industry here in the island of Guam, or actually in all the islands here in the Micronesia. So
Right.
thank you so much for that. Now we're gonna go ahead and go with Sister Anne, because Sister Anne is with us as well. Hi, Sister Anne.
Have a day, everyone, and wherever you are tuning in from, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Sister Anne from the local congregation of Machinao, and I will also be one of your multimedia officers helping in different parts of this broadcast. I'm actually really excited for this topic because I feel that the first day on the job is something that even I myself would need advice from and about. So we hope that we can give everyone a good and enlightening show for tonight.
Thank you, Sister Anne. Yes, we definitely want an interesting broadcast this evening. So, Sister Anne, I would like to learn a little bit from you. Have you worked ever in your life? When was the last time you probably worked?
The last time I worked was actually at a mall at a facial kiosk, and that was when I was also going to school. So that was a few years ago, but that's the time when I experienced working as well.
Wow. So I'm assuming it was part time, not full time, correct?
Yes, part time.
Okay, so now we have backgrounds of our guests this evening, also my crew members, and now we want to talk about our first day on the job. Maybe we had this overwhelming feeling. We were nervous. We had we had some worrisome in our minds, but I think most likely that is very normal for most people, right? Um, but we want to hear from everyone, even those who are tuning into our YouTube chat. And we do have that engagement question with our chatters this evening and with our YouTube engagers down below on the YouTube link. So please continue to answer our question, and that way we can go ahead and read out those questions. Or those answers. So, the first thing we want to talk about is, okay, what is the most important thing to prepare for the first day on the job? I know it gets nerve wracking, right? Everyone can kind of attest to that, especially if it's maybe also your dream job, or it's something that you want to work on to further your career. So we want to hear, what is the most important thing to Brother Michael. Brother Michael, to prepare for the first day on the job.
First day on the job, you're gonna have a lot of nervous feeling, right? I would say your physical, mental state, especially that you have to be really focused, especially once you landed that job. So, um, active listening is one of it, I would say, because that's the day where you're going to meet a lot of new people, you're going to interact with them. They're also going to be helping you out with the things that you're going to be doing in your workplace. And basically, that's what one of the most important things that you have to have on the first day of your job.
Interesting. Active listening was so I think you have to be like mentally prepared, right? Is that and
Correct. Yeah.
yes, and be like more open to what is going to be expected of you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Michael, for explaining that with us. Now with Sister Anne. So Sister Anne, anything you want to add to the most important thing to prepare for the first day of on the job?
I think the most important things to prepare for the first day on the job is, of course, our clothing. We want to make sure we look presentable and professional, especially since we will be giving a first impression to our employers. And I think another thing to prepare is kind of connecting to what Brother Michael said. I think we had to really prepare our mindset and to be prepared for anything, especially since it's our first day. So I think going into work with a positive mindset, it's okay if not everything goes the way that you plan, but we have to remember that it is our first day of work and we're still going to grow through our professional career. So I think that's one of the most important things to prepare before the first day of work.
So I would like to ask for both of you, right? When it comes to the most important thing as well, uh, when you were like doing the job interview, did did you kind of know what you were getting yourself into? So maybe it lessened the nervousness, or was it vice versa? Let's go hear from Brother Michael.
Good question. Oh my goodness. My interview, it was back 2 years ago. I really didn't know what I was getting to. The one that I applied for was to be a wait staff. So um, I've asked my friends what their thoughts on of how I can prepare. And of course, it's really expected that you're going to be really nervous. But that's what do you call it? It was uh, the preparation that I had for that interview uh, didn't it wasn't my expectations. I was meeting actually one of the managers in the food and beverage, and the general manager of the hotel. So that kind of got me more nervous, and I probably got really shocked and just lost my how I would prepare for it.
So I know that Brother Michael, you told me a little bit about the job that you have right now, and yes, it's very unexpected. So in a nutshell, he did apply for a certain position, but got a different position in the end.
Right? Yeah.
So
Along the way, along the
along
way.
the way, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for letting us know that you know it is true that we do get nervous, even though it may be a job that we may know, but of course the environment, the people, that all is going to make a big difference, right? It's going to make a big difference, and you do have to have that mindset to be positive and to be open to anything. Now, if you could remember your first day on the job for both of you, Sister Anne and Brother Michael, now during that whole time, there could be feedback, or you could be receiving it, or even giving it to the employer or your supervisor, whoever you're working with, your colleagues. How did you respond? If you could remember that time, how did you respond in giving or receiving feedback from your coworkers, your supervisors? Let's go ahead and ask Sister Anne first.
I think that when it comes to the work environment, it's inevitable for you to have feedback from other employers. So I think that you have to always expect constant criticism, especially if you are new to the job, and just take that feedback to help you grow, and also to also stay humble about it, and that we shouldn't take anything personal, because we are always going to be put through tests by our employers, and we should just learn to adjust to those feedback that we are given to us, so that it can help us improve ourselves in the work environment.
Oh, you put on a lot of good points on there, because we are always taught to be patient and to understand that we are always growing and learning, especially if it's a new position or a new job or even a new industry, and it can all you have to do right now it would just to absorb it. Yeah, and thank you that you have said it all in a nutshell right there. But we want to go ahead with Brother Michael, because he has a hospitality tourism background right now, and I'm curious how he responds in giving or receiving feedback. So, Brother Michael, can you go ahead and explain yourself on that one?
Yeah. So the first few days, first few weeks, I was learning from scratch. So what I would do is ask questions. I'd ask questions. How am I improving, or if I am improving or not. So trying to get the response, and the trainings that I've been given helps a lot, because you'll hear from them what you're really doing, or how you're really doing. And in the long run too, with my 2 years working there, uh, keeping the positive attitude, smiling to them, maybe making them laugh, making some jokes to make them laugh, make them feel comfortable when you're working, so it won't be too awkward, and you'll have more energy to keep working on where you're at. So positivity, like also what Sister Ann said as well. So those were the types of, or like the responses I would give to them, and they also give a response back to me. I and Blessings from God, right? They did have a lot of positive feedbacks from my job performances and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That is such a good blessing that you are blessed with great coworkers and supervisors that give you good feedback. And you're right. We work a lot. For those who are currently working, we work a lot, and we have to be able to respond or give feedback all the time. And even though if it's like your first day on the job, you need to be able to absorb that, just like as what Sister Ann said, and also be positive, because um, that will also feed back positivity to your coworkers or to your supervisors, knowing that you are the right person for the job, right? Thank you for sharing that. And now we're gonna go now with the advice. So the or the tips you can give to someone who has not started ever working, and like for example, Sister Avi, right? Sister Avi just recently graduated. Congratulations, Sister Avi. So what would you say to like Sister Avi who has never started a job? What would be the advice for those people? Let's go ahead with brother Michael.
One advice: s- uh, s- stay humble. Stay humble with when you would get the first job, or your first ever job. Stay strong. Stay strong on your feet. You're gonna be really nervous at first, and then stay positive too. Positive. You'll never go wrong with being humble and positive on the first days of your job, and uh, just do your best. Do the best that you can. No one's perfect, but just do the best that you can when you land that job.
Okay, thank you, brother Michael. Do your best for the job. And now, Sister Anne, what advice would you like to give?
I think there's three important things that I want to advise someone who wants to start with their first job. I think the one thing is that don't try so hard on your first day, or don't have the aura where you feel like you know everything, because we are new to the job. And I think also some experience that I had as a minister's kid, we're constantly moving, so we're always like the new kid at school. So I think that kind of connects to always being a new employee, because it gives us an advantage of being very observant at first. I think it's something that has helped us see. We noticed like the teachers, they favor more of like the students who are like kept to themselves, or are like very good at listening, rather than the students who kind of give them like a hard time, or tell them that they know more than the teacher does. So I think that goes the same thing with your bosses. It's important to be a good listener, like Brother Michael said, and to enhance those skills, because I think that's something that your employer will also appreciate, that, oh, okay, this is like an obedient employee. And I think one of the last things is to always be kind, because being kind, you we're representing the church as members, and we have to remember that, with whether it's with our coworkers, or even the customers, we want to always give that aura that we are very kind, and it will make our coworkers want to work with us, and even the customers to come back to whatever business we're working for. So I think that's something that we always have to keep in mind, of to always be kind as members inside the Church of Christ.
Awesome. That is such great advice. Thank you, Sister Anne. And she pretty much said it all, and also Brother Michael. And I just want to go ahead and also give my advice. So to my advice to like those who never started a job, or how or will have their first job, is continue to always be prayerful when it comes to learning the job, because this is going to be your means of living. And if this is the dream job you have always wanted to have, always continue to perfect the job that you're at, because when you establish those kind of rapport or work ethics, the more you'll be able to show who your true self is. And also, one thing I also want to mention is, if you're a person that loves to take notes, do so. Show that you're that person. And um because if you don't show that you're trying to absorb all the what you're trying to learn from the job, they're gonna feel like, oh, is she really serious, or he or she serious with the job? So do show that, because it will make a big difference if you really want the job for for a long time. But thank you for both Brother Michael, Sister Anne, for talking about our first day on the job. Remembering all what we have gone through. And I wish I could say more of what my first day on the job is, but it's okay, maybe in the next live streaming again. But we want to go ahead and go with the YouTube comments, because the YouTube comments is really a lot, and there are some that are really enjoying our conversation. So I want to go ahead and turn over the floor to Sister Avi, and also Sister Jillian. So, Sister Avi, go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you, Sister Arlene. So I want to read out our very first YouTube chat person that commented this evening. It's Kamario Oka, saying, "Good evening here in the Philippines, and enjoy watching. Greetings from locale of Brixtonville, district of Caloocan North." And I would also like to thank Brother Matt Pasha, Brother Jan, and Sister Bam Bam, Sister Jillian. I see you all in the live chat, so thank you so much for helping me out, welcoming the brethren in the live chat. I see Brother Matt hashtagging away, hashtag Saipan, hashtag TSB, hashtag Binhi. Um, I see Sister Jade Pasha saying good evening, both brethren. And I see our first answer for our YouTube engagement question. And the question was, what is the first thing you look for when you enter a new workplace? And Brother Matt is saying, my first thing I would look for in a workplace is how many people are there and any potential partners and companionships I can make. Alongside of that, other than that, I see Ka Brandon Pacheco, he says, Happy viewing from the locale of Wahiwa District of Hawaii Pacific. I miss you all there in Micronesia. Thank you for tuning in po. Shout out to Brother Michael and Ate Arlene, he says. And also, our assistant district minister also was there in the live chat. Hello po, Ka Julius. He says, Welcome, brethren, to the from Micronesia. Greetings from our district minister, Ka Joven Sapilio Jr. and family po. Have a great show. Thank you po for tuning in and for commenting po. And Sister Jade Pasha, she says, I'm still only a student, but for when entering a new workplace or like my classroom, I look for people who are good at communicating because it's important when collaborating with doing work. I actually kind of wonder how old you are, Sister Jade, because you're very knowledgeable when it comes to our INC radio broadcast. And if you would like, we would love to have you as a guest maybe someday. And Sister Didis Pasha, she comments, the first thing that I look for when I enter a new workplace is I will look for the person who called me about my employment, and I'm sure they will lead me to where I will be working. Another one I see, an interesting one that I didn't really expect, but it is a good answer. Sister Charlene Faye Dinogan, she says, the first thing I look for when I enter a new workplace includes any new and kind friends, an emergency exit for safety, and the restroom. So that's all I see for now. Sister Jillian, do you have any that you want to read out?
Yes, Sister Avi. So here I see my mother, Sister John Ramias, hashtagging, hashtag Saipan, hashtag choir, and my father's hashtagging, hashtag Saipan, hashtag, hashtag Buklod. And lastly, I see all of the brethren supporting, continuing on supporting and hashtagging their locals in our comment section. So we are really happy because this live chat has been really amazing and we really love hearing from each and every one of you. So if you enjoyed our discussion for this topic, let us know because we have more of these types of discussions for our next week's broadcast. So keep being amazing, stay true to yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you, Sister Jillian. We're going to go ahead and quickly go through our CFO in action. So, Sister Anne, please go ahead.
CFO in action.
Yes, thank you again, Sister Jill and Sister Avi, for sharing with us our YouTube comments for today. Now let's see what our district has been up to in our CFO in action. I think we're So for this week, our district had a Friday Youth Summit where the brethren were able to be enlightened about the topics regarding depression and how, as members, we should deal with these types of emotions. So we hope all the young brethren were informed and also enjoyed our past activity for this week. Now let's see what's next in Micronesia's lineup. We have a book club monthly meeting this weekend, and on June 29, 2024, we will have e-games. On June 22nd, we will have a special gathering of all students. And on July 7th, we will have a family cooking challenge. So we hope everyone is looking forward to these activities. Now let's move on to the next part of our broadcast with a local hashtag winner with Sister Arlene.
Yes, thank you so much, Sister Anne. And we're going to go ahead and reveal even last week and the prior week's local hashtag winners. And let's go ahead with May 18. Who is our local hashtag winner? Drum roll, please. And it's the local congregations of Guam and Saipan. Thank you so much. And we're going to go ahead from last week's broadcast. The local congregation is Saipan. So Saipan is really out there. Thank you so much. And the most supportive person here on INC Radio on May 18. We definitely want to show who that is. Drum roll, please. It is, I believe we have what? And it is Sister. Let's take a look. And we're going to play that. Oh, that was from last week. So Brother Michael Menorca and Sister Mary Grace Napitan. And then That was from last week. And then Sister Irene Reyes from the previous week before. So thank you so much for all your support. Now we go with Sister Jillian to invite you. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, before we wrap up today's broadcast, we just want to say a huge thank you for tuning in and for all your amazing comments and support. It really makes us all happy to see everyone actively participating in our podcast. We love for you all to join us in our next week's broadcast, so make sure to mark your calendars as Saturday, June 8, 2024 at 10 p.m. tomorrow Standard Time. Set a reminder and tell your family and friends to tune in.
And now we're going to go with ending and saying our greetings and thank you. Sister Anne.
Yes, thank you, Sister Arlene. We would like to now extend our end of the show greetings and thank yous to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our ChST President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Arroyo Manalo, our District Minister, Brother Joven Pilio Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, and our CFO Overseer, Brother Daniel Jeffrey Munar, as well as our crew members in the island of Saipan, which is Sister Bam, Sister Jillian, Sister Gwen, and Brother Husky, and Brother RY, Brother Matt, Brother Judah, and Brother Red. And here on the island of Guam, we have Sister Faye, Sister Arlene, Sister Randy, Sister Avi, Sister Maria, Brother Brandy, Brother Michael, and Brother Sean, as well as our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya. Thank you, po, for always supporting our activities, and we hope you enjoy our live broadcast for tonight, po.
Thank you, Sister Anne, and as well as thank you so much for everyone who has tuned into INC Radio Micronesia. We hope you had enjoyed our live broadcast all about our first day on the job. Now we're gonna go ahead and say good night, Micronesia. And coming up next is Washington D.C. Satellite Studio, and they are good morning over there that side of the world. Have a good evening. Bye bye po. Good night. Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday to the May celebrants.
Oh, happy birthday! Yes. Thank you, Kuya Ted.